I'm in the camp of bigger. Time will tell. I'm hopeful and optimistic that the regime days are numbered.
So what would the president's military options look like? The U.S. military posture in the Middle East was not ready for a decisive strike. It had no aircraft carrier in the Middle East for the first time in years because the Pentagon ordered the USS Ford to the Caribbean. Yesterday, 2 aircraft carriers left San Diego and Norfolk to unknown destinations, and the USS Lincoln in the South China Sea may be repositioning to the Middle East, but would not be in position for about 2 weeks. Also, the U.S. returned one of its anti-missile batteries back to South Korea following last summer's strike on Iran's nuclear sites, which burned through a lot of interceptor missiles that have yet to be replaced. Military experts say the president still has a lot of firepower in the Middle East, to likely include an Ohio-class submarine capable of firing up to 154 Tomahawk missiles. Regime targets could include missile production and storage sites, oil refineries key to their economy, or go after some of the leaders themselves. This former U.S. Supreme Allied Commander recalls how Israel decapitated Hezbollah.
The Israelis used cyber attacks to bring leadership together so that they could bomb and kill the leadership. So there are multiple tools that can be used in different ways to cause these very same kinds of problems to this regime. And I believe we should be there. We should not only be attacking them in a cyber way, but we should be entering into the information warfare piece.
There are economic and cyber options at the president's disposal, Harris, including accelerating the collapse of the banking system that is keeping the regime and the IRGC and security forces funded. Harris?
That was so fascinating, the information warfare piece in all of this, because everything is interconnected with that. And as that gentleman said, it's time. Jennifer Griffin, thank you very much. In focus now, Steve Hilton, former top advisor to the UK Prime Minister David Cameron. Now, most of us know him as the Republican candidate for California governor, but he was at the top seat of government and foreign policy like this, and I want to know your take on how we deal with Iran, considering what's going on the ground.
Look, Harris, we all agree that this is a brutal authoritarian regime that's terrorizing its own people, and for so long before President Trump took such decisive action was terrorizing the world. But that doesn't mean you just blunder in there. And I do think some of that language we heard, particularly from Lindsey Graham, frankly, was somewhat ridiculous. It is not about bigger or smaller. It is about stronger and smarter. And thankfully, we've learned from the president's actions and leadership so far in this term, but also in his first term,